Now the fourth myth in regards to creatine is actually one that I heard more so than the third myth, which was the dehydration and all that kind of stuff. It's people talked about, or at least to me, we don't know the long-term effect. For all we know, it's okay for a couple years or a couple months, but then it's going to really hurt you in the long run. And this is actually something that this article again talked about. So again, it was a really great article. Creatine is actually, what they said in their background on page 2 was, creatine is one of the most extensively studied and scientifically validated nutritional ergogenic aids for athletes. So I think it's a very bold statement to say it is very, very well studied, and we do know the effects of it. In regards to long-term effects, are they not known? Well, it depends what we're defining as long-term. If we're talking about 10 plus years, we might not know, but we don't know a lot of the long-term effects of possibly a lot of other over-the-counter drugs and so on. Not that this is a drug, but we don't know the long-term effects of a lot of things. In regards to 5-year, we do definitely know, and creatine was more widespread amongst the 90s. So they said over the past few years, a number of researchers have started to release the results of the long-term safety trials. So far, no long-term effects have been observed in athletes up to 5 years, infants with creatine synthesis deficiencies up to 3 years, and in clinical patient populations for up to 5 years. And there's also a side note here, that although that was up to 5 years, there was one study where it was a guy, he was more than one guy, taking 1.5 to 3 grams per day of creatine monohydrate. They've been monitored since 1981, and they have not had any significant clinical side effects. That was very interesting, at least to me. But I would be very comfortable saying that at the 5-year point, there's not a lot of reason to think that creatine is going to be an issue for health. So again, creatine usage is your personal choice. I'm not saying take it or don't take it, but at the same time, I think you should know the facts about everything. So hope you enjoyed this. So if you guys have any questions or comments along the way, feel free to put them in the comment box below. This should be on YouTube, and I'll answer as many as I can.